called the most influential environmental photograph ever taken. Taken on Christmas Eve 1968, near the end of one of the most tumultuous years the U.S. had ever known. It inspired contemplation of our fragile existence and our place in the cosmos. Many scientific, sociologists, and spiritual leaders have agreed that it caused a crucial shift in perspective that has brought about a new age of consciousness. From this perspective, borders, nationalities, and any other thing that humans use to define their separateness from each other disappear. It becomes obvious that we are all part of a greater whole. Though Gaiaism, the theory that Earth is a living organism and we are all precious but independent and necessary parts of a whole, is not new in spiritual circles. But this photograph really crystallizes the idea that we're all in this together and that we are, each of us, but minor parts of a greater being. The future may well give this photograph credit for causing a paradigm shift in consciousness and saving humanity from the path of self-destruction that it is on. Unless we as a species are able to evolve the simple concept of acting for the greater good instead of our own selfish needs, we are doomed to become extinct by our own hands. The concept that our species is evolving as a single living organism is really not hard to understand. In fact, one can compare rather easily the evolution of humanity as a being almost exactly parallel to the evolution of a human child growing up. In youth, we are completely self-centered, intent only on satisfying our own needs and pleasures, experiencing and feeling the world from a totally self-centered point of view. On reaching puberty or adolescence, we usually, or at least ideally, evolve the ability to perceive the world on a broader perspective and start to recognize the interconnectedness of ourselves with the rest of the world. At this stage of our development, though, rapidly increasing numbers are becoming aware of the fact that there is a spiritual connection between all of us, that what is good for the whole is also good for us as individuals. The human race is presently very much like the young teenager, lurching chaotically between the internal instincts of self-will and the closing-in reality of having to live in a world full of others who have different needs and purposes. The fossil record is full of various branches of evolution that came to an end for one reason or another. The difference with humans is that the most probable end to our line will be by rendering the planet that gave birth to us into an uninhabitable space for ourselves, or self-annihilation over petty arguments over whose God is the right one. The root cause of both these situations is our inability to recognize that spark of life which is in us all, and to recognize the interconnection between us all, and that a species divided against itself cannot survive.